Welcome to Dorm Room Discipleship. I am Joe.
I am his mom.
Yeah. That's my mom.
That's right. It was a hard day in the hospital that day.
Well, it's hard giving birth to a 6'1" baby.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of worth it, I think. But
Wow, Mom.
yeah. I don't know. I have second thoughts sometimes.
Oh, okay. That's a little dark. My mom shouldn't be saying that.
You were just a little less hairy than I would have wished you to be.
This is Dorm Room
Discipleship.
Hi, everybody. This is Dorm Room Discipleship.
Hello.
We are roommates at the University of North Georgia. We have grown up together pretty much since about 5th grade.
Yep.
We got another big guy who stays in this room too, who you should see on the pod, but
Super exciting.
not here today.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're excited. Hopefully going to have a lot of different guests just from the campus in general and from off the campus as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not actually Joe's mom, I guess, but we're pretty much like brothers at this point.
What?
Or I was a brother that conceived Joe. I'm just
Too
kidding.
far. Anyway, so we kind of have some different
Things we plan on going over every week, kind of.
Yeah. This podcast is meant to be in part about the Bible, about our faith, about the faith of our guests who we will hopefully have.
Yes. If anyone wants to be on this podcast,
Reach out to us.
I mean,
Hit us up.
they won't be in the middle, unfortunately. We'll do a little bit of a different setup, I think.
Probably, yeah. We want to do some kind of interview style, get to hear about people's faith and get to hear about just their lives.
Yeah.
But so today we're going to kind of go through some of our
What the podcast will normally be about.
yeah.
It'll normally hopefully be about the guest, but I guess it'll be about us a little bit
Right.
today.
Yeah. So among topics of faith, the good news, we will talk about things like sports and movies and TV and games and books, and whatever else is going on.
Whatever else we're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe some food at some point.
Right. Maybe
I
there
like
was
food.
some really good dining hall food today, and we got to talk about it. But
Yeah.
No French toast today. So
No. So I think let's jump in, Joe. Give us every week we're going to do the passage of the week. This week we're kind of going to do more of the passage of the podcast. But Joe, you want to hit us with what that looks like?
the POTP
Nice.
coming at it. All right. This will be familiar to many, but we want this podcast to be family friendly and encouraging, uplifting. So our verse is Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. So that is our, I guess we could say, mission statement for this podcast.
Yes. Yeah. Very powerful. And obviously thinking about these things is very difficult because we know how corrupt our minds are, but not only do we want to think about these things, but we want to talk about these things.
We want to live in these things.
Yeah. And live in community with these things and with other people too,
Right.
and see how their faith journey and everything is
Yeah.
going with that too, because this is hard stuff to always think about Christ.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it goes as deep as the content we consume. It's very easy to consume worldly content, and so talking about how we can set ourselves apart as Christians, and I think this verse tells us how to do that. It's just putting it into practice, and you're exactly right. Putting it into our thoughts is probably the hardest part, because we have impulse thoughts often, and it would be amazing if all of those impulse thoughts were holy.
Yes. Yep. I mean, what are we here to do? We're here to glorify God.
100%.
And how do we do that? This verse describes it very well.
Yeah. Yeah. In our, oftentimes we'll talk about how can we spread the gospel. There are direct ways to do that, and there are ways that are just in the way we live our lives. How can we look different than the world, right? That doesn't mean that we have to never do anything that other people do.
Yep.
But if it is not true, honorable, just, pure, then we shouldn't do those things. And so, yeah, I think that's just a wonderful way that we can spread the faith, share the gospel, is looking different than the world, than the culture.
Absolutely. And then not only, obviously, we're trying to share the gospel, but ourselves are supposed to try to become closer to God every day. And I mean, this, no matter what stage of life you're in or how long you've been a believer, this is something that everybody can work on every day, because no one's mind as a human being is completely pure, and our actions are never perfect. So
yeah, we're always being sanctified.
yes.
And so the more time that we can spend in the Word, in community, in praise and prayer, in meditating on the Word, all those things, we begin to be more sanctified, and which is exciting to
Yes.
look towards the future and see how we can. Obviously, we will never be righteous, but we can grow closer to God and become more and more Christ-like.
Definitely. Sanctification's deep. That can be another podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could go into a whole thing on that,
Sanctification is
but
deep.
it's awesome.
Yes.
But every week we're also going to go over good news. And what we mean by that is not necessarily like you go on the news channel and what news is happening, but how has the good news impacted you in your life? And so we're going to go into, with guests, hopefully, and just talk about just their faith. And I think that'd just be interesting to hear.
Yeah, how has the
from each
Bible,
person.
how has God's Word affected their life?
Yeah. So we can talk a little bit about just how that's affected us. I would say me and Joe, not speak necessarily for both of us, but we both come from very blessed Christian families, just had great backgrounds. And it's one thing to come from that background and be around people who love God, and it's another thing to actually love God yourself. And so I know, especially for me, that's something that in the past 2 years, even past year, has definitely been pushed more onto my heart. There's something that there's a club, Wesley, on UNG, that the pastor is saying is, it's like when you get married, it's not like 10 years later you're any more married to that person, but you just try to love them more every day. So it's not like I'm more of a Christian now than I was when I started believing in Christ, but it's just trying to grow closer every day.
Yeah, we're jumping right back into sanctification.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, which is exciting that it's not we come to Christ and we sit there being a Christian, but that relationship grows stronger and we begin to love him more and learn more about God. And yeah, that is extremely exciting about our future. But yeah, he's exactly right. As we both grew up in Christian households, always, going to church. As you get older, you start to have opportunities to, you start to have choices to, am I going to, and when you go to college, am I going to go to church, or am I going to make other things more important? And so, it's interesting to see as we get older and we have those choices. And, I think growing up in a Christian home has helped us. We've had more time to make those things the important things in our lives. Like those will be priorities for us.
For sure.
But I also think it gives us an opportunity to be those encouragers that our parents and siblings were to us, to the other people around here, especially on a secular campus.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're by no means we're the farthest from perfect, but definitely
The farthest.
being able to have kind of a Christian background, I feel like now we're given the chance from God kind of earlier in our life to hopefully impact other people.
Yeah. Well, and to be clear, obviously, we are saved by grace. We're not saved through anything of our own doing. So, whether God gives us the opportunity to share the gospel with people at 9 years old, at 18 years old, at 75 years old, Like, that doesn't change our salvation. But it's just God works different ways through different people. And so we are definitely blessed to have seen that in our lives and get to have
Absolutely.
those opportunities at a young age.
Yes, absolutely. And hopefully, yeah, just every week we'll kind of hear a testimony from somebody else, because I think that's something so incredible about just Christianity in general. It's not like everyone has just such a different life experience, and God moves in such incredible ways through so many different types of people, and it can just be an encouragement for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what do we got next, Joe?
We got sports.
A little bit of a switch up,
A little bit of a switch up, yes.
but we like to have fun.
Yeah, and we love sports. We both grew up as soccer players.
Yep.
He spent some time playing some basketball.
A little bit.
I have the height. Well, I almost have the height to play basketball. I don't have the hops to play basketball.
But this guy could have been a D1 football kicker.
Also false. Planning on walking on for the Georgia Bulldogs next season. Probably just gonna
Perfect.
send it.
Or junior year, whenever we feel like it at that point.
I'm probably gonna walk on to the Atlanta Falcons kicker.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
go for it. But anyway, we do. Probably the main sport that we both watch is football.
Yes.
Neither of us have played an ounce of football except for this semester playing flag football in intramurals.
Go team.
Go team. Go Wesley Collegiate.
Let's go.
But we love to watch football. We've always watched the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yep.
From the NFL, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm from Buffalo, and
I'm more of a college fan, but I'm definitely a Falcons fan now that Kirk
I
Cousins
love Kirk.
is,
You gotta love
quarterback.
Kirk.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've always watched the Georgia Bulldogs. So yeah, the last week and a half has been an interesting college football week.
Yeah, let's talk about college first. I mean, first off, Georgia Bulldogs doing what they do best, I think. Obviously, the first half, I got to be honest, I only watched the first half of the Georgia game. I watched the highlights of the second half. So the first half was really boring, but
Kirby did what Kirby does.
yeah.
Like
You
those
come-
halftime pep talks.
Yeah,
I
you're
want to
good to
hear
go.
one.
I do too.
He gets that team excited. So
Yeah.
what was the score at the end of the first half?
It was like, man, I should know. It was like
It was really low.
6-0 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
But they came back, got like 30 more points.
crazy.
Did great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, I feel like the craziest thing with college football in the first 2 weeks is FSU.
Oof.
I mean,
I hate to talk about FSU, but we kind of have to.
when you're Boston College and you're out here just kicking butt, I mean, that's impressive stuff.
Yeah, I mean Boston College making FSU look like a local high school team.
Yeah.
It's pretty painful.
Yeah.
And then before that,
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, two unranked teams taking down the team that was supposed to be in the playoffs last year. I gotta say, I thought so too. And then I watched the Bulldogs play them at the end of the last
And we
season.
beat them by like 60 points.
And then I watched the last two games, and I gotta say, and I know it's been it's a new year, different players, but I can't really say that I think FSU should have been in the playoffs anymore.
The SEC is just different. I really think.
The SEC is absolutely different.
Yeah.
The 350-pound linemen are just
Yes.
another level. I would be terrified if one of them showed up to flag football. You're barely even allowed to touch people in flag football, and I'd still be scared.
Yeah.
And those guys move like freight trains. Like, they are tough.
Super fast.
Yeah.
I thought something really funny was like the Boston College, one of the players was asked like, what is he gonna do after the game after they won? And he was like, I got to go back and do homework. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it's nice to hear a relatable guy.
Yeah.
Got to do homework. We had to do homework after our football game.
A little bit of a different level, but
A little.
well, maybe not from Boston College.
I mean, we were playing against the sleepers.
Yeah, this is true. They were a top 10 national team.
Well, top 10 of our intramurals, because there's
Mhm.
probably only like 10 teams.
10 teams. Yeah.
But so are we.
That's
We
true.
did win our first game, if anybody's wondering. Also in football news, Wesley
Yes.
Collegiate, we won 33-20.
Yep. Joe got an interception and a touchdown.
I did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. This guy,
I coach.
quick, cutting between people. Can't even pull that flag on this guy. did great. Yeah, we have a fun team. Play this week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. If anyone wants to show up, Radar Ridge, we're playing against Cap Sig, a fraternity.
They're going so down, or we could go down. I don't know.
It could go either way.
They looked pretty good. I got to be honest.
They were pretty athletic,
pretty ripped.
pretty ripped. Yeah, we were practicing next to them. They chose skins,
Yeah.
and those guys could move. But
Yeah.
we're hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't turn into another FSU, Boston College, or Georgia, FSU. Oof. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we just got to win one more game to make the playoffs. So
Yes,
that's what matters.
that's right. 2 games, we make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the news with college football. Another interesting thing for us, we love soccer, so we are excited for the day that Messi comes to Atlanta. Assuming he's healthy, he's kind of working on it.
Yep. It's gonna be soon.
Yeah, I think mid-September.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do love Atlanta United, but we also have loved watching Messi for years. So,
Yeah.
be an interesting game to choose who to cheer for.
Yeah.
I
mean,
know in my heart I should cheer for, well, not in my heart, but I should cheer for Atlanta United.
But when you have the greatest player,
But
in my
he's the
opinion,
GOAT.
yeah.
I will always pick Messi as the GOAT over Cristiano Ronaldo. I apologize.
And we don't even have to talk about this more on the podcast because we both agree.
We both
And
agree.
It's
yeah.
just
There's no argument.
it's a simple decision.
He's better.
Yeah. He's the humble king as well, and he's a short king. So we love humble.
Wyatt likes short kings. Wyatt is 5'2".
Thanks.
Um,
Appreciate that, Joe.
Sorry, he's 4'11".
Perfect. 1 inch taller than the
Someone who's
classified
4'10".
midget.
Oh,
4'10", I think, is when you're like technically a midget.
they're called little people, Wyatt.
Little people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of our sports knowledge. We aren't ESPN casters, but
I think we should do one more thing for sports.
okay.
Let's do, and we'll analyze this later, but let's do some NFL Super Bowl team predictions.
Oh, Buffalo Bills taking it
Wow.
all the way.
Okay.
42-0. No, I'm just kidding. Buffalo Bills. I have to take the Buffalo Bills.
And who else do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
NFC. I'm thinking. Are the Ravens NFC or AFC?
I'm so bad with NFC, AFC. It is not good. Joe's going to do some
We should
research
know
for
this.
us, but now I
You go
got a
ahead.
thing too. One of my teams has to be the 49ers. It's their time to win big. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is
They've had some chances. They just
yeah,
can't
a
capitalize.
few. What do you got for us, Joe?
Ravens are AFC. Oops. So I would say Bills. Yeah, I think 49ers are a solid pick. I think it could be the Eagles as well.
Yeah.
The Eagles. I completely forgot who won last night. I think it was the Eagles.
The Eagles did win.
Yeah. So I think Eagles or Niners are probably the right pick.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's just
You got to
anybody
pick
else.
your locked in too.
All
Give
right.
us the score prediction too.
All right.
We're going to get this
score
down.
prediction. All right, I'm
Yeah.
going Bills Niners. Bills win 35-24.
Okay. I'm going to go 49ers and Texans. I'm going to go
Texans is fair.
49ers win. It's going to be a defensive game.
Mm.
I'll go 17-14.
Oh, close game. Okay.
Yeah.
And a low scoring game.
So
Yeah,
watch
Texans-
this in 20 weeks or whatever.
Texans are scary. You know, they got Diggs from us.
Yeah.
And I'm sorely disappointed about that.
Yeah. The
We
fact
lost
that
a
they
lot of
did so
players.
well their first year with him, or not
Yeah.
with Diggs, but with Stroud, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
think they're going to go places.
They could go off, yeah.
Yep.
So I think we should do one more sports thing.
Okay. What do you got?
We're going to look at the NFL matchups
Okay.
for Sunday. So Thursday and Friday games already happened.
Yep.
But let's just
But for this week,
say no scores, just who's going to win.
who's going to win? Okay.
All right. Panthers Saints.
Oh, that's a bad game. That's not that's not good. Let's just be honest.
Panthers Saints. What you got?
I'm gonna go Saints.
I'm going to go Saints as well.
Okay.
Patriots Bengals. I'm going Bengals.
Yeah. No.
Bengals all the way. Texans Colts. It's got to be Texans.
It's got to.
Just Diggs and Shred. It's going to be interesting to watch him.
Yeah.
It could be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Titans Bears.
Who does the Titans even have?
Fair question.
Yeah.
Who did the Bears have?
They have my least favorite player in the NFL.
Tom Brady isn't in the NFL anymore.
Tom Brady's a handsome man.
Who are you talking about?
Who is the number 1 pick in the NFL draft?
I don't know.
Caleb.
Oh, Williams? Quarterback?
I'm not a fan.
You don't like him?
Nope, I don't like him. So
yeah,
I'm
I
just going
don't
to
really know
pull
who
for
he
the
is.
Titans.
All right, Titans. I have no clue, so I will say Bears just to contradict you.
Okay.
Broncos, Seahawks. I'm going Broncos.
I'm going to go Seahawks. Geno
All right.
Smith.
That's fair. Cowboys, Browns. I gotta go Cowboys.
Cowboys.
My parents are in Dallas, so
They always do good at the
they're
start
not
of the season
Cowboys
anyways.
fans, but
Yeah.
just for them. Rams, Lions.
Lions.
Lions is the right pick.
Yeah.
All right. Vikings, Giants. I'm going Giants. I don't like the Giants,
I'm going to go Giants too.
but I think it is Giants. Falcons, Steelers. Kirko. Taking them to the top. I'm
Yep.
going Falcons.
Yep.
Cardinals and Bills.
Bills.
1,000% Bills.
Yep.
Keon Coleman is going to, surprise everybody. He's going to go crazy.
Okay.
He's going to be out of his mind. Jaguars, Dolphins. I hate to say it, but I think it's the Dolphins.
Yep.
I don't like the Dolphins.
Yep.
Really, really don't like the Dolphins. Raiders, Chargers. I'm going Raiders. Brock Bowers coming from Georgia Bulldogs. He's going to be fun
on the
to watch.
Raiders?
Isn't he on the Raiders?
I actually have no idea.
Yeah, he's on the Raiders.
Okay.
So I'd like to see him succeed. I don't really know who else is on either of those teams.
We're just going to pick the Raiders, I think.
I like Brock Bowers. He's a great player.
Yeah.
Did a lot for the Bulldogs. Commanders and Buccaneers. They don't have Brady anymore. I don't know who they have.
Mike Evans.
Is he still there?
Probably. I'm going to pick
He's
the
been there a
Bucs.
long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Commanders. Do they still
Yeah.
have Terry McLaurin?
We got him on the Falcons.
He's on the Falcons?
Yeah. We're goated this
Wow.
year.
Okay. Scary Terry. He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Love that guy. Jets and Niners. It's just got to be Niners.
Yeah.
Also, hint next week, Bills Dolphins. Be a good game.
That'll be great.
Squish the fish. All right.
Where's the fish?
And that was sports. So
Sweet.
let's move on. We have special one right now.
This is going to be interesting. So every week, not every week, but here and there, we're going to do some top 10s. Some top 10s of anything, really. But we're going to start with my top 10 movies, which...
Wyatt puts time into ratings. Okay.
A little bit.
I remember one day driving to soccer with Wyatt. We were driving to practice years ago, and he was like, Joe, I made a top 5 movies. And he was proud of it.
I was.
And I questioned it. So this will be fun.
This will be very fun. In the future, we're going to have a top 10 Joe movies, and we're going to...
It's going to take me a week.
This one I came up with in like 15 minutes. I kind of
I
already had
can't-
a loose outline, but...
There's so many good ones and so many bad ones.
Yes, this is true. So I just cut off all the bad ones, and then it leaves me with this.
So Napoleon Dynamite
Masterpiece.
and Monty Python are on there, right?
You're going to have to wait and see. Okay. So first, I have an honorable mention I really want to
Okay.
give just real quick. Look, here's the deal.
Didn't make the top 10.
Didn't make the top 10, but this is high for me, and I just have to give it props.
Wait, is this a top 10 of Wyatt's favorites or what he thinks are the greatest movies of all time?
This is my favorite movie.
Okay, so Wyatt's favorite movies.
These
And
might
I
not be the
apologize
best.
if I was holding the mic too far away from my face this whole time.
You're good. We can
We'll
always
see.
turn your volume.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these aren't like the 10 best cinematic experiences you're ever going to have,
Okay.
but these are what I think are like just my absolute favorite movies, and that
Okay.
I do think are pretty close to the top 10 best movies of all
That
time.
means this is going to be an interesting list.
Yes. So, my honorable mention is, I think, a movie that doesn't get enough respect. Okay.
Oh, boy.
If you know me, let's just say it's a late Friday night. Okay. Hanging out with the boys, gonna watch a movie. I don't want to watch some horror or even like action movie. Like, just let's sit down and watch a Pixar movie.
Oh, boy.
Okay. That's just me.
Okay, what you got?
Now, some aren't great, but I think my honorable mention has to be Soul.
I've never seen Soul.
It is absolutely fantastic.
Is that the one with the van?
That is Onward.
Oh, what is Soul? Give us a quick rundown, Wyatt.
Okay, so it's kind of music mixed.
Oh, is it the Dead People one? Like the Day of the Dead thing?
Coco. You're mixing them
Coco.
all together.
Okay, Soul.
But you can look it up really quick if you
Okay.
want to see what it looks like. But so Soul, I love music even more than movies, and so if you can, in a not cheesy way, mix music and movies, then you've won my heart. This I think this is probably
This is the guy.
yeah. His name's
I
Joe
closed it.
as
Hold on.
well.
Soul.
Yes. Yeah.
I've never seen this movie.
Highly recommend.
2020. Interesting.
They mix music and a good story and just a good moral life lesson.
Should we get a quick summary?
Sure, hit us with it.
Joe is a middle school band teacher whose life hasn't quite gone the way he expected. His true passion is jazz, and he's good. But when he travels to another realm to help someone find their passion, he soon discovers what it means to have a soul. $122.2 million in the box office.
So yeah, I just had to give some respect to this movie.
Why did I say 2020? Now it says it came out in 2024.
It was 2020.
Okay. All right.
And it has some good African American culture, which I'm very knowledgeable on. But no, it's seriously super good.
All right. I will have to watch it. We'll watch it.
Okay.
Sweet. We'll watch it soon. All right. Soul is
my
the
honorable
honorable
mention.
mention.
Don't worry, we'll get through these other 10 a little bit quicker.
Here we go. Top 10.
So, number 10, greatest movie of all time is Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars.
That is
It might be a little
As
high
the
for
kids
some
would
people, or
say,
a little low.
based.
Yeah.
Okay. I love Star Wars. Star Wars is fantastic. Empire Strikes Back, without a doubt, is the best Star Wars movie. I, as a psychopath young child, used to say that Attack of the Clones was the best. And
He loved the romance between Anakin and
no,
Padme.
no, I liked watching Yoda fight, and he had cool fight scenes. But Empire Strikes Back is the greatest. So I'm okay with that.
For me, it's like,
It could be higher.
yeah. For me, it's like looking at like Marvel movies like Infinity War and Endgame. I'm going to pick the Infinity War every time. Like the one that doesn't have the good ending. And there's just so much conflict in Empire Strikes Back. And so
Well, and
much
it makes
going
you want to
on.
watch the sixth.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
gotta watch Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
Is that the sixth? Yeah, that's.
Good job, Joe. Star Wars
I questioned myself for a
master
second.
over here.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so that's my number 10. At number 9,
Number 9.
I have one of the greatest, I think, stories probably ever is Forrest Gump.
Fair.
So I hadn't seen Forrest Gump for so long.
Yep.
And then like a year ago I watched it and I was just like,
Same.
this is for me this is like it has to be a top 10 movie.
It's interesting. It doesn't have. I don't think like most of today's youth would appreciate it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the exciting elements that we look for in most movies.
No.
But you're right. It is a great story, and it's one of the most quotable movies of all time.
Yeah.
Life is Like a Box of Chocolates is maybe one of the most quoted movie quotes ever.
Yep.
I mean, second to I Am Your Father, that might be up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some great lines in that movie,
Yeah.
and some really good ping pong.
That's true. And a lot of running.
A lot of running.
Yeah.
And Wyatt does like to run.
Got to.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8. Okay, this is one that obviously Joe, he's not going to like this
I
pick
think
either.
I know what this is going to be. Go for it.
You give it to me. Number 8 movie of all time.
Is it Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
You're very close. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
So is that the second one?
The sequel.
I have not seen it.
Yeah.
I watched the first one. Let me rephrase that. I watched 2/3 of the first one. I was bored the entire time. It wasn't that it was hard to follow, but the animation was just weird. And, like, it wasn't Spider-Man to me. Like, the whole point of Spider-Man is that he is a young guy that a lot of people can relate with. And then, most people can't relate with getting bit by a spider and turning into a guy who shoots webs out of his arms and climbs on buildings. But, like, that's the draw.
Yeah.
Now, if you're animated, personally, I can't relate to something animated.
That's fair.
And I just found it very boring,
Yep.
to be blunt.
Yep, that's fair. I could probably talk about the Spider-Verse movies for probably an hour.
Oh, just wait. Just wait to see when the next one comes up.
Yeah, so it was supposed to come out a lot sooner than it was, but then they had the whole writer's strike thing. But
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Okay, so the first movie I easily could have put in my top 10.
Oh, it's not higher?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought it was going to
No,
be
this is the
Oh,
second
wow.
movie. If you
Okay.
actually know
I have
Spider-Man
a little
movies,
more hope.
yeah, the second movie is better than the first. The Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
Wow. Okay.
Miles Morales,
I apologize
especially-
to all Tom Holland fans.
especially in the first. Well, Tom Holland's my favorite live action.
You still just said an animated Spider-Man beat Tom Holland.
Oh, 100%. The animation is. I have a lot of
Wow.
respect for animation because I know how much time is put into it.
You can respect something without it being your favorite.
I mean,
I respect
I don't
you.
have an animated
I'm just kidding.
animated movie as number one. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
that the animation is the best animated movie in the terms of like cinematography of all time.
Interesting.
The story is about as good as it gets. Joe's over here in deep pain, but
It's just when real Spider-Man movies exist.
this is
And
the
I'm not
realist.
saying that Tom Holland is like
The most handsome man you've ever
by
seen.
far the greatest Spider-Man of all time. I really do enjoy the Tobey Maguire movies, and I think I've only seen the first Andrew Garfield one, so I don't think I can make that judgment. But when
Yeah.
they all came together, that was great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
They were super, just like great people to watch
Yeah.
act together. But when you have real Spider-Man actors, like live action, I just don't understand how animated could ever beat it.
Shamik Moore, my guy who plays Miles Morales, does.
You mean your guy who stands behind a microphone and says words?
He is the character though. And you know who is Spider-Gwen?
No. Is that the girl Spider-Man?
It's Haley Steinfeld as well.
All right. Now we know why Wyatt likes Spider-Man into
Yeah,
the
this is the whole
Spider-Verse.
reason. But I'm gonna get you on the Spider-Man.
You can
train.
try.
Okay.
If I find a new movie that's the greatest of all time, then I would be happy, but
Okay.
it just seems unlikely. We need to keep going. Number
Let's
7.
keep going. Number 7. Have American Sniper. Have you ever seen American Sniper?
I haven't. We were just talking about it. We need to watch
Yeah.
it.
I just think
I can't say anything.
from a war-related aspect to not really knowing the guy's story and then seeing the end of the movie, it's just all really good. I saw it like twice in the span of like 3 months because I just thought it was that good.
Dang.
But yeah, I won't go too much more into that. But
Yeah, I can't say anything about it.
Number 6, I have a movie that I also liked kind of more the second time I watched it was Interstellar.
I also haven't seen Interstellar.
Also haven't seen Interstellar.
I'm very sorry.
Okay. I'm just going to keep on moving on. Number 6, I have Interstellar.
Can you just give us a quick why? What you like about it?
Yeah, I always love movies that are kind of like you don't expect what's coming next.
Got it.
Unique
Say less. I don't want to
stories.
expect it when I see it.
Yeah. I value unique stories and character building.
Fair.
If you just throw characters at me, I have to either I want to love the character, I want to hate the character, I want to feel something about the character.
Yeah.
So if I don't feel anything about the character,
Totally.
yeah. Just like there was one movie, not trying to rag on Joe's movie picks,
Uh-oh.
but we watched Now You See Me.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. It
No,
was
no, no.
better when I was younger.
Yes, no, that's completely okay. But one thing I didn't like about that movie is it just throws characters at you and it doesn't
Yes.
give you anything about the characters.
That's true.
So I just like some character building.
It's a little
in that.
cheesier than I remembered.
Yeah.
I do think it's a good movie, though. A
Yeah.
good, semi-family friendly movie. Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Number 5, I have.
We are in the top 5. Here we go. This is exciting.
And this is probably a little high for this movie.
Oh, boy.
But Whiplash.
Okay. Look. Whiplash is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Wow. Really?
I love Whiplash.
Sweet.
I watched it once with this guy, and I
Yep.
need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Maybe it has the most F words I've ever heard in the span of an hour and a half. But I have something in my eye. It's so good.
Yeah.
After watching that movie, if you are a musician, you want to be practicing.
Definitely. 100%.
You want to be practicing while you're watching it. Like,
I mean, you
it
want to be
is
doing
so passionate.
whatever you like doing. If
Yeah,
you're an
even if
athlete,
you're not a
if
musician.
you're whatever. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just want to be doing that thing.
It's like, wow, I'm a slacker.
I want to be the greatest of all
It
time.
turns conviction up to the top for a movie. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yep.
Yes, fantastic movie. Lots of drama, lots of excitement, and
Yep.
some very, very, very good music.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely throws around some language, but that's the thing
Yes.
about me with movies. Like, I really don't love a bunch of gore, but language I don't really. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't affect the way you live,
Yeah.
the way you talk.
But
It's unnecessary.
yeah, it is.
But if it is an incredible movie, I can look past it.
Yeah, and Joe knows how much I just absolutely
Love to
curse.
swear.
Yeah. Okay, number 4 all-time movie.
Number 4.
1917.
I have not seen it.
Okay.
From what I know, War or
War.
Western?
War.
War.
Yep.
And it's supposed to look like it's all in one shot.
Yep. I think it's actually like a couple, but yeah,
Cool.
it is.
That sounds very cool.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't go much into that anymore, but yeah, very good movie.
Nice.
Number 3, I have Batman: The Dark Knight.
I have not seen it. This is really bad. I look like I've never watched a movie. I have. I guess I haven't seen very many good movies.
No, it's just
I do
you
need
have
to watch
different-
Batman.
Different movie history. It's all good.
Yeah.
But these are movies we need to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it has, again, some of the greatest characters of all time. Spider-Man's my favorite, like, superhero, but I don't know, the Batman movies just hit a little bit differently. And Joker is probably the best acting job by anybody ever.
That's bold. I'm gonna have to.
Oh,
watch
I
it.
mean, that's
I mean,
just...
I do have to watch it anyway.
I think anyone who watched it would probably agree with me
Okay.
on that. Yeah, number 3. Number 2, I have... This is more of a personal favorite. I also don't think it's probably the second greatest
Here we
movie of
go.
all time. This is my second favorite movie.
Wait.
I don't think there's any like super hot takes at this point, but most movie people would disagree that this was the second greatest.
Okay. I might not know what you're talking about.
I have Inception.
Inception. Okay.
Yeah. Which I think the
I
one.
need to rewatch Inception.
Yeah.
I was really confused.
Yeah.
I
You
must
have
not
to
have.
be
I might not have
dialed in.
been quite in the right state of mind for it.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half in. It's a long movie, right? Maybe 2.5 hours. 2
Yeah,
hours.
maybe 2. Yeah.
It's pretty long. But hour 15 and an hour and a half in, I did not know what was going on.
Yep.
I stayed in for like 25, 30 minutes, and then I was like, one thing catches your mind that makes you stop thinking about the movie, and you are completely lost.
Yep. That's
You
why
don't
I
even
say-
know if it is the movie you're watching it or if it's in your mind.
Yeah. That's why it's good to watch it a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Or-
like the movies that play with your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. And I could have put like there's a couple other Christopher Nolan movies like The Prestige, which is kind of like magic a little bit. It's like a good version of Now You See Me, kind of. And yeah, there's a couple others, but I would say that that's probably my highest. But for number 1,
I'm really trying to think.
you'll
I
know this.
I know him very well.
Yeah.
What is why I'd say the number one?
Toy Story. No, I'm just kidding. Number 1 greatest movie is Lord of the Rings, Return of the
Oh.
King. Number 3.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, no. I wouldn't say it's anywhere near my number one.
Yeah.
It was a very good movie. Lord of the Rings,
Have you
great.
seen the third one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have not seen the second one, which is kind of dumb. I've seen 1 and 3. And I think I've seen part of 2. What happens in 2?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, I guess they're like 9-hour-long movies.
It's like the whole.
I've seen the
middle-
extended version of the third one.
Wow, that's commitment.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's a 4-hour movie.
Yeah. I think that's more for like the super fans. I would say start with the normal version.
Probably a good choice, but that's
Yeah.
what we had.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a great story.
Yep.
I got the absolute privilege to go to New Zealand and see some of those sets. I got to go to Hobbiton, which is the Shire, where they filmed it. Bunch of Hobbit houses, and the Green Dragon was there, everything like that. So that
Very
was
cool.
that was very cool.
Yep.
And that made me like the movies even more.
Yep.
To get to kind of see how they did it. It was really interesting. They were talking about how they did kind of the height difference between Frodo and Gandalf.
Mhm.
And Gandalf was standing, it was something like 10 feet behind him.
Oh wow.
Or no, in front of him? How would that work? Yeah, in front
In
of
front.
him. Yeah. So that was really cool. And they showed like where they were standing and stuff, and it was like across this room.
Yeah.
And it looked like they were just talking to each other like this, but they weren't. So that was very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's me and you. Like whenever people see us, you're 10 feet in front of me.
Right.
It just looks like you're a lot taller.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not taller. We're actually both 4'11".
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Okay, so next, so that's what we got.
Top 10
that's the
movies.
top 10.
That's why it's top
We're
10
gonna
movies
hear
of all
top
times.
10 on other stuff, top 10 of Joe's movies at some point, which is gonna be
That's
very
gonna
funny.
take like 6 months. It will be funny, and it
Yeah.
will be.
It's gonna be like number 1, Shrek.
No, it won't be Shrek. Shrek is a great movie, but most people will disagree with most of them, and actually there are some that most people probably haven't seen.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from top 10 movies, we thought it'd be fun to do. You see all these podcasts that have these different games, like rank the next thing or rank these things without what's coming next, without knowing what's coming next. Forgot how to talk.
Something like that.
Things like that. So we thought we'd do something like that.
Yep.
So Wyatt has a game that
Yeah.
he's going to host for me today.
We'll probably do
Play along.
Do like a different game every week, maybe.
Yeah.
Do a game with guests, just something fun. But this week we have an interesting one. We did movies. Now we're gonna do a little bit of music.
Okay.
Okay. Spotify monthly listeners, and you got to guess. I'm gonna give 2 artists. You got to guess which one has more monthly listeners, just on
Okay.
Spotify.
I like it.
So, I mean, this is I guess not who's more popular, but who's more popular
Currently.
currently. Okay.
So not all-time streams, just who's most popular right now. All right, I like it. Let's go for it.
Yep. Number 1, we got Noah Khan.
I knew you were gonna say him immediately.
Yep.
Noah Kahan. All right.
Kahan. And so who's higher, Noah Khan or Guns N' Roses?
Ooh. At this very moment, it has to be Noah Kahan. I'm gonna go Noah Kahan.
Kahan?
Is it not?
I just don't like your pronunciation at all.
Is it not Kahan?
No.
It's Khan?
Yeah.
Like just C-A-N?
Mhm.
Khan?
Well, it's not spelled like that. But yeah.
C-A-A-N? Khan?
Mhm. Yeah. But
Really?
you are right.
Wait,
Yes.
is that not... Do people not say Noah Kahan?
I hope not.
It's Noah Khan?
Noah Khan.
Huh. All right. I
Yeah.
thought people were just saying it fast. My bad.
No, you're good.
Noah Khan. That's what I'd say.
Yes, he wins by 1 million. Only 1 million.
Wow. So what do we got?
32,
Actually,
32 and
alright.
31.
wow. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That is a lot of people. I am one of them for probably both of those.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you up with I'm gonna keep the winner here. Okay.
Okay.
So Noah Khan or One Direction. And I haven't put out new stuff in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Man, there are just so many people that are like die hard One Direction. That's all they listen to.
Yep, that's me.
I think One Direction has to beat them.
Yep, you are correct. At 44 million.
Wow.
Yes.
That is crazy. That makes me sad that One Direction beats Guns N' Roses. I gotta say,
Yeah.
that's a little heartbreaking for me,
Yeah, that's a little sad.
as one of the founding members of Guns N' Roses.
All they have to do is put out like one song, One Direction, and they'd make so much money.
They'd make so much money. It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
When you're that famous,
Yeah.
like that's all you have to do. You could release a line of merch and pay like someone's salary for like 20
That'd be good.
years.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Be crazy. Anyway,
You ready?
yes.
One Direction
All right.
or Morgan Wallen.
Oh, Morgan Wallen is so huge right now. I am sorry. I'm just not a fan.
I'm not either. I think. Look, country music is about.
Man.
The
I want
lyrics.
men.
You want what?
Sorry. No, I don't want men. But like I feel like some of the country the country music I like is just more like
Manly Man, country.
Yeah.
Country roads.
well, no,
Take
but,
Me Home.
I mean it could be that. But like I don't
some
know.
Dirt, some fishing.
I just feel like there's too much like sound effects and pop
I got you.
in new country.
Yep.
And that's for some reason in my mind less manly.
Yep. So he.
So like oh, who do I pick? Sorry, I forgot that was the goal. I think it's still One Direction.
One Direction wins
Barely?
by 1 million. Yeah.
What? So he has what? 41? 43?
43. Mhm.
43 million?
Yep.
Guys, all right, we need to work on this. All right. If you like country and you like country because it's Morgan Wallen, you do not like country. Okay? Talk to our friend Chris.
Yes.
He'll get you some good country. He'll get you some Zach Brown band.
Some
He'll
Johnny
get you
Cash.
some Johnny Cash.
Get some
Chris
old
was a
country
huge
in there.
Johnny Cash. Yeah, you gotta love Johnny Cash.
We're not knowledgeable, so we'll get
Not-
Chris
not-
on the pod
yeah.
and talk about this.
Right.
But yeah. Okay, you ready? 4.
Oh, Rodney Atkins too. I like him.
One Direction
One Direction.
or Coldplay.
There's no way Coldplay. Look. I really like Coldplay. A lot
Yeah.
of people really don't like Coldplay.
Yeah.
I really like Coldplay.
Yep.
I think they are just. I can always listen to Coldplay.
Yep.
Like they have so many different vibes, and it's got that little like. I don't know, just different. You know,
It's
not the
different.
same as most music.
Different pop.
But I think One Direction still beats them.
Coldplay doubles them.
What?
Yeah.
Good for Coldplay.
Coldplay's at 88 million.
That makes me so happy.
Coldplay's
88?
up there. with like the top ever for Spotify.
Wow, there are
listeners.
some like diehard Coldplay fans. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. Good job, everybody. Supporting my man, Chris
Martin.
Martin. Yeah, killing it.
Okay, so Coldplay or Nicki Minaj.
Please, please let it be Coldplay.
I
Please!
promise, I didn't pick artists that I listen to. I don't listen to Nicki Minaj.
I have to guess Coldplay, and I'm hoping for my dear life that it is Coldplay.
Coldplay wins.
Ah!
Nicki Minaj just have 46 million monthly listeners though.
Okay, we need to work on that too.
We do need to work on
Probably
that.
the
a
same
little bit.
people listening to Morgan Wallen.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Maroon
go
5 or Coldplay.
So here's an interesting question: does Maroon 5 have a lot more than One Direction? They would need to have double One Direction.
You're really thinking about this strategically here.
And I feel like when I think of Maroon 5 and One Direction, I think of them very similarly.
Yep.
I mean, you do have Adam Levine,
Yep.
who is himself very popular, and there are a lot of people who like him.
No, not anymore.
No?
I don't think.
They've all passed up on him.
I think most people have.
Well, I guess you still have Harry Styles for One Direction.
Yeah. Just
I-
what's your gut? Coldplay or
I think my
Maroon 5?
gut goes Coldplay.
You're correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So what is?
Maroon 5 is at 63, so they're still.
So they're
up there.
halfway in between. Wow. That's crazy. They have more than One Direction. That's surprising to me. I guess Payphone is keeping them alive. Payphone,
Yeah.
Memories. Everybody listens to Memories.
Yeah. Okay, I'm actually gonna step away from Coldplay just because they're up there.
Okay.
Um,
It's kind of hard to beat them unless you
yeah.
bring up like. Ugh. Never mind.
So I'm gonna stick with Maroon 5 and do Maroon 5 versus the Beatles. Now, obviously, this is Spotify monthly
is
listeners, but
interesting.
it's still the Beatles. So
There's a lot of interesting takes on the Beatles.
yeah,
There are the people who will, for the rest of their lives, swear by the Beatles being the best band in the world, and there are many, many, many people, especially our age, that will say the Beatles are overrated.
yes,
Both takes kind of make sense.
I completely agree.
One take is more about historically what did the Beatles do for music.
Yep, and just the
Incredible
songwriting there.
things. Their songwriting is very good. But it's so just like it
The-
sounds kind of basic because
And the level of production today is just so much better.
yeah, they didn't have
Yeah.
drum pads. They
Yep.
didn't have all that stuff.
Yep.
So I think soon enough Maroon 5 will pass them, but I think
Yep.
the Beatles still take it.
Maroon 5 wins. Yeah.
That's a little disappointing to me. I really love the Beatles, but
Yeah, they're at 37 million. I think it's just because
wow.
Spotify.
that's
I
true.
mean, it's
a lot of
just-
young people use Spotify. If we
Yeah.
count record and CD players,
Yeah, then it's
Beatles
just-
Beatles might take them.
They would definitely take them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
Maroon 5 or Ed Sheeran. I need a quicker.
I'm a-
just what do you, what
I'm
would
a
you
big
want?
Ed Sheeran fan. I'm going Ed. Give
Ed
me
Sheeran
Redhead
wins.
Ed.
Ed wins.
Yeah. For how much?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
Okay. Because Ed's up there too.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you someone else who's up there, and you gotta tell me
Okay.
what you're feeling. Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber just had a kid.
And
I saw it.
I mean,
I thought it was relevant.
congrats, Justin Bieber. I don't think
Yeah.
it's relevant. Congrats, J-Man. I prefer Ed Sheeran, but I have to think Justin Bieber has more.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's also very up there.
Yeah. Justin Bieber has probably what, close to 100 million? Maybe more? 120?
I'll tell you right after this
All right.
next matchup.
Okay.
I'm gonna do one or two more with a little bit, maybe a little bit less, but Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift.
It's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's
It's Taylor Swift.
I mean, he's gonna win.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm going to use your first name. I'm sorry. I don't really like your music.
I don't.
I
like
really,
your music.
really don't like it. Also, I don't like Travis Kelce. I think you can both do better. Because I don't
Swift
like either of you.
reminds me of Morgan Wallen. You pick a song and it's like, how does this sound different from the other song that I just listened to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You listen to the This Is Taylor Swift playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
You could be convinced it's one song.
I can listen to a few of the older Taylor Swift songs,
That's fair. There are some
There are some good ones.
some good peppy ones.
But if you listen to her last 3 albums, it's just like I don't understand personally.
yeah, yeah.
But she's got 95 million.
Oh my gosh.
She's not number 1. I believe Billie Eilish is number 1.
On Spotify?
Mhm.
Kanye doesn't beat.
No, and I think The Weeknd's also up there too. But
Really? Billie Eilish.
out of my list, yep. Okay, I'm just gonna do like
I didn't know Billie Eilish was quite that popular.
I think it's just because she just dropped an album not too long ago.
I honestly thought Kanye was winning by a lot, and I don't really love
Yeah.
Kanye. Drake too. He was up there for a while. He's kind of.
I think he's up. Yeah, he's up there too.
He's not as hype up.
Okay, we'll do like 2 more.
All right.
Benson Boone
Ooh.
or Elton John.
Benson Boone has been booming.
Love Benson Boone.
Um,
Love Elton John.
Just heard a good song recently by Benson Boone. What was that one called?
He has a lot. I love pretty much every one of his
Yeah, it
songs.
was a single.
Was it like the Twisters movie? He had one.
No, it
Yeah.
was. I'll show you. This is a great song. I thought it was called.
Joe's gonna look at the monthly listeners, get a little sneak peek.
Oh, that would be smart.
No, but you won't know Elton John, so it's all good. You can look if you want.
No, I'm not actually gonna look at his profile. Before You.
Before
Have you heard that one?
I don't know if I have. Oh, is this his newest one? Yeah.
I don't know if it's new. My girlfriend just sent it to me. It is very, very good.
Okay, I gotta make sure I'll listen
All right.
to it.
Anyway, Benson Boone, Elton John. Benson Boone is still kind of newly booming,
Yes,
so I think it's Elton.
it's Benson Boone by 3
Okay.
million. Yep,
So what are our numbers?
53 and 50.
Whoa!
Yep,
They
Benson
have
Boone
One
is-
Direction beat?
Benson Boone is going crazy.
Wow, I didn't even know Elton John had 50.
Yeah.
I would have thought they were both in the 20s.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more. It's a weird one.
All right.
Metro Boomin.
Who's that?
This shows our culture. Okay, Metro Boomin or my guy Shabuzi.
All right. Now,
Okay, if you turn on country radio,
I don't know who either of these people are.
have you ever heard
Sing it, Wyatt.
the bar song?
The bar song.
One. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
okay. Anyways, just Shabuzi or Metro Boomin.
Shabuzi, I like the name.
Metro Boomin,
All right, who are they?
kind of a country-ish singer guy now.
I would not have guessed country.
Shabuzi,
I was thinking like funk or something.
and
'Cause
then
that name has got some funk.
and then Metro Boomin's like a rapper.
The more you know.
So if you ever want to listen to
What
some
are their
more
numbers?
Shabuzi is 33 million, and Metro Boomin is 54 million.
It's crazy that 54 million people can listen to someone, and I don't know who it is.
Yep, it's crazy.
There's a lot of musicians out there. A lot of musicians.
But that is higher or lower, the game show for the week.
That was fun.
You did pretty
Thank
good.
You,
Yeah,
Wyatt. I think I got like maybe a 75. I'll take it.
75.
I'll take it. It's passing. Doesn't pay the bills, but it's passing.
Yep.
All right. Well, as we begin to close out, we would like to do a book suggestion of the week.
Every
Now-
week we're gonna do this every week.
Yes. And Wyatt found this book that he's really passionate about.
Yeah.
He didn't really tell me anything, so I'm going to let him just take it away.
Yeah.
Tell us about the book suggestion of the week.
For sure. So I'm trying to get more into reading every week. Look, here's the deal. I'm not a natural reader. In high school, it's not like, okay, here's a book. Oh, yes, I'm so excited to read this thing, right? But I'm trying to get more into reading. And so I was just doing a little bit of research on kind of books I've read in the past. And this one came up pretty clearly. This one's pretty recently. It's by Felicia Grossman. Do you know Felicia Grossman, Joe?
I don't know Felicia Grossman.
Okay. So this is a highly rated book.
Highly rated.
3.6 out of 5 on Google.
I don't. Never mind. Continue.
Okay. It's called Marry Me by Midnight.
I do.
You will?
Yeah.
Okay. So from USA Today, it says passionate and swoon-inducing. I mean, that is about as good of a just statement on a book, and that's on the cover too.
Interesting.
But I can give you a quick breakdown of the book.
Oh, okay. Have you read it, Wyatt?
Of course, yes. Isabel is a very wealthy and
Wyatt, without looking at your phone, can you tell us about the book?
she's a wealthy and privilege, something. But look, here's the deal. I'm trying to get into the romance books, Joe.
Are you at?
Yeah. Look,
Okay.
I'm in a room with 3 guys, right? At night, it's just nice to read a little bit of a romance.
Can we read it together? Can we do a book club?
Book club? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give a quick
All right,
breakdown.
give us a breakdown.
Isabel is a wealthy, privileged, and powerful heiress, but she is limited in controlling her inheritance. Her father's influential, successful surety business because she is a woman. Therefore, because she is a woman, power lies in her choice of husband. She understands. This is quality stuff. She understands she is defined by wealth and power, and any man who marries her will see these aspects above any worth or beauty. Aaron sees his status as nil because he cannot marry without wealth, and he cannot. This pains him. Contribute to the community. That's just a little quick breakdown.
I'm
not
pretty
gonna
sure
give you any more.
contribute to the community was a place where you could leave a comment.
I don't really care.
I don't
'Cause
think
look,
that was part of.
here's the deal. Aaron is passionate, and from the cover of this book, he's a handsome man.
Can we get an image?
No,
Oh, okay.
you're gonna have to buy this book for yourself. Marry Me by Midnight by Felicia Grossman.
Free ads for authors, I guess.
Yeah. So stay tuned to see what next week I will have read.
Wyatt's got some interesting suggestions. But yes, Marry Me by Midnight is the book to read. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the pod.
This is the pod. We look forward to doing more with more guests. We have a final goal of a speaker who we're not going to share yet, but
Yeah, we'll save that for a while.
or not a speaker, a guest, but more people, more listeners we get, the more likely we get to our goal. It's
Something
not
about-
Taylor Swift.
Nope.
But yeah, we're just here to have a good time,
Glorify God.
glorify God, yeah. Share faith, learn about each other's faith and each other's walks with Christ. So,
Yep.
thank you for listening.
We appreciate it.
Catch you later.